Welcome back to another video. Some weeks back, we had begun the conversation about depression and mental health issues, where I shared 10 things that helped me cope with depression. I'm working on a couple of follow-up videos as well as a Q&A session on that, so please be on the lookout. In the meantime, let's talk about money. I have divided this topic into a couple of separate videos, and so this video is going to be about the 10 principles I wish I had learned about money sooner. These are principles about money that you need to know first of all before you think of anything else. Then we will move on to talking about making money, spending or using money, saving money, and my all-time favorite, investing money. So do subscribe, tap the bell button and set it to all so that you don't miss any of these when I post them this week or the next. Okay, here are 10 principles about money that I wish I had learned sooner. Oh, and please stay with me to the end of the video because I will be announcing some exciting giveaway details. Being cheap is expensive. Here I'm talking about cheap quality goods, and most of the time cheap quality goods also come at a very cheap price. Now a lot of us are guilty of this, but we probably don't even realize. We go in to buy cheap stuff just because the low price attracts us, only for the things to get damaged shortly after, and then we go in and buy again and again. One very good example is jewelry. Stop buying cheap jewelry. I used to be very guilty of this. So if you know me well, I used to wear a lot of rings, right? So I'd go online and order this cheap set of about 12 rings for just $2 or $3. I'd get them, pay delivery, and wear them for about 1 or 2 weeks. They get damaged and I'd go in and buy again, and the cycle was continuing. But if I add up all the money that I had used to make those cheap purchases, right, I would be able to buy a set of good rings that I would still be wearing today and for so many years after. I've had this gold chain for about 5 years, and mind you, my mom also owned it for a couple of years before handing it down to me, and it's still in perfect shape. What I'm trying to say here is you should be focusing on buying durable stuff and just being a little more frugal with your money. There's a difference between being frugal and being cheap. So being cheap is what I just spoke about, right? But being frugal with your money is just being more economical with your money, living below your means, saving and budgeting your money so that you can build wealth to actually buy the things that you really dream of. That is not the same as being cheap and buying cheap stuff only for you to be spending more money over and over again. There's this thing that I learned called a 30-day rule, which says that if you have the impulse to make a big purchase, especially if it is not a pressing need, give yourself 30 days before you take out your money and go and buy it. If after the 30 days you feel like you still need to buy it, then I guess go ahead and buy it. But it's likely that after that period, the urge would have left you, and this is a very good way of killing impulse buying urges. I have a very good example. I use a Pixel 2 XL. That's what I use to shoot my videos and also to make graphic designs. After I bought it at a reasonable price. After a month of using it, I carelessly damaged the screen. And being so desperate, I told myself I'm going to start a business and use the proceeds that I get to fix my phone screen. But after I made the money, I found that my goal was so small. So I just decided to put the money in an investment account, and then I started using this phone. So I used this phone for half a year, and I guess my rule was more of a 200-day rule, and my Pixel was just lying there. So about 2 months ago, when I decided to start this channel, it meant that I had to find a way to fix my phone to shoot my videos because I don't have a camera. And miraculously, I found a way to fix the actual problem of the phone for 100 cedis without having to change the entire screen for the price of renting a house. And now my phone isn't even a liability like it's supposed to be anymore, but it's an asset rather, because I'm making a long-term investment by using it to shoot my YouTube videos to make more money. Warren Buffett said this thing, one of the world's most successful investors: don't save what is left after spending, spend what is left after saving. This might sound like such a simplistic rule, but I can tell you that it's one of the best decisions that you will ever make for yourself. And you might say, oh, I know how much I'm going to spend, so when I'm done spending, I'll just save the rest. Once you start thinking like that, alert, it is a trap. It is a trap, because there's always going to be a reason to spend your money. If you don't hide away a certain percentage of your money at a place that you can't touch, before spending, chances are you find a reason to spend everything. Once you hide away a certain fraction of your money, when something comes up like an impulse purchase, especially if it's a luxury, you simply won't have the money for it, and that's it. Of course, there's exceptions, like when there's an emergency and you have to withdraw your money at all costs. Besides that, please follow this rule. There's a certain universal law called Parkinson's law, which explains the behavior I had mentioned earlier. So please pay attention to this one. It's something that has helped me a lot. Let's say you give yourself 2 weeks to finish an assignment. It is likely that you are going to spend the entire 2 weeks finishing that assignment because the work expands to fit the time allotted it. If you gave yourself 2 days ultra focus to also finish the assignment, it is likely you would be able to finish it as well. This universal principle can also be transposed to money. Expenditure rises to meet income. In other words, we are always likely to spend as much as our available money allows us. If you have 50 CDs, there will always be something that you need to use the 50 CDs for. If you have 10,000 CDs, there will always be something that you would want to buy with all the 10,000 CDs. It is for this reason that you are advised to save part of your money before you begin to spend. One thing I try to do is, say I have to go on an outing or a date, and I allocate 100 CDs for my spending. That's the amount of money that I withdraw and keep on me, and the rest of the money is put aside. That is not considering emergency money. So when it so happens that I have this sudden craving for an extra box of pizza when I've already bought pizza, I simply won't have the money for it, and so I won't buy it. So this is a very good principle to apply to not only to work but also to spending money. Before we move on, please do like this video. Also comment down your thoughts and the things that you relate with, and don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell button, as well as share this video to everyone. You don't build wealth only by saving your money, you build wealth by growing it, and that's through investments. For some reason, investments have been made to look like such a daunting and big thing, but it actually isn't, because there are different types of investments. Here's a basic or simple idea of investments. In the economy or markets, there are always people who need money to do something, let's say to start a business or a company, and there are also always people who have the money to lend. So take it, you lend an amount of money to somebody who is starting a company. They take that money, buy and sell, make some profits, pay you back your money with some interest. That's the basic idea with investments. So let's say you're investing with a bank. You give them a certain amount of money, they accumulate these monies, trade it in the market of borrowers, make some profits, and then give you back your money with some interest. And the interesting thing, especially in Ghana, is you don't need a huge amount of money to invest. There are banks in Ghana where you can make an investment account with as low as 50 CDs and you can grow it from there. I'll go into all of those details in my video about investments. Now, if you still can't grasp the importance of investing, here's an illustration of how much you are cheating yourself by only saving your money and not investing it. Let's say we're accumulating money for our retirement. If you're 22 years old now and you save 58 CDs a month until retirement, you will have about 26,506 CDs, which is a good amount of money, of course. But if you were to invest the same 58 CDs a month in an investment account that gives you 15% annual return, you would have made about 980,000 CDs of interest in addition to that 26,500 CDs that you would have accumulated, making you a millionaire pensioner. All of this excludes all the money that you're going to make from your job or gifts from friends or any bigger investments that you are going to make. 58 CDs. If you had just saved your money, you would have made about 26,000 CDs, which is fine, but if you had invested it, you would have made 1 million CDs for your pension. People usually say that it takes money to make money, but most importantly, it takes a positive money mindset to make money. Your perception about anything ultimately determines your reality about it. This thing is facts. If you find yourself to be the kind of person that is always complaining about money, always insulting and hating rich people, always saying that money is reserved for a certain kind of people and not you, always talking about how money never comes to you, it is going to be very difficult for you. The way you perceive money determines the attitude that you have towards it. If you respect money and view it as something valuable, you will never waste it. If you have a positive money mindset, it's going to show through in your habits around money. This principle about positive money mindset is actually a very broad topic. It is even linked to the universal law of attraction that people talk about a lot, and there might be even resources that would explain it better than I would, so I'm just going to link a couple of articles down below. When you're conscious or aware of something, that's when you start to act in a certain way that reflects your awareness of it. For example, if you think a lot about red cars, you go outside and you notice that you are seeing a lot of red cars. It's not because they weren't there before, it's just that you are now noticing them because you are more conscious or aware of them. That's how the mind works. You've probably heard a lot of people tell you that they read money consciousness books and their lives changed. They'll say, I read Think and Grow Rich and I made a lot of money after, or I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and it changed my life forever. It might sound funny, but there's a reason they say these things. Such books teach you a lot of things. They can teach you certain mindset shifts that you need to have, or certain attitudes that you need to break out of or take up to help you achieve the financial goals that you have. I read Your Abundance recently, and it teaches you a lot about confidence and the go-getting energy that you need in your wealth building journey. Think and Grow Rich teaches you the one technique that most successful people have used to go from broke to rich. And Rich Dad Poor Dad teaches you a lot about financial literacy, investing, assets, liabilities, all of that stuff. So you can go ahead and just take a screenshot of this card and check the books out. All these books you can get either at a bookstore or even online. I'll link down a trusted site below. If you don't like to read as well, you can just get an audiobook. And I'm also going to link down a couple of YouTubers that I have learned financial advice from. You know this table that I am shaking. You know. We've all done it at some point. Buy the expensive clothes and jewelry and shoes just to impress people. Rent a car for a day to look cool. Go to the club and splurge on a lot of drinks just to show people your receipts. It's nice to live large, you know, but you have to ask yourself certain questions. Is it at my expense? Will my future self be happy? Do you always spend money on vanity every time you get money? Are you spending a lot of money in the moment just to be broke later? You have to set all these priorities straight, and setting all these priorities and motivations straight is what is going to help guide us to build the financial situation that we really want for ourselves in the next couple of years or even for our next generation. Imagine money is a person that you're trying to get into a relationship with. You like them, so you always want them to be around you. You like them because they allow you to have certain things that you want and they make you happy. You always want them to stay, but at the back of your mind, you are kind of afraid of them because you heard certain rumors about them or you take them for granted. This is something that we do with money, but we probably don't even realize. And it's really not our fault. Sometimes, growing up, we might have associated money with struggle and pain and evil, and it's really not our fault. It's something subconscious, and it's because we might have watched our parents toil, or their attitudes towards money that are not very good might have rubbed off on us. We don't respect money, yet we want it to be in a relationship with us. Whenever we get money, we immediately waste it. It's like when it gets into our hands, we quickly get rid of it. We undervalue coins and lower notes. We don't appreciate the little things that it does for us. So it's like the message that we're sending out is we'd rather do without it. And you treat money this badly and you always want money to come running back to you. No, money wants to be with somebody that will appreciate it even when it's at its lowest, who won't waste its presence, who will love and care for it. Once you start viewing money in this light, you will see that certain things or habits that you have about money will change, or hopefully will change, and you will see how money will love you back. If you don't learn to control money, money will control you. And that is when you'll be driven to do certain dishonest things for it, or walk all over people just because you have it. But then when you become money's master and it's your servant, that is when it becomes a tool for you to use. And that's when you can command it as your servant to make it work for you. You really don't have to be a big age to be financially literate. Start cultivating the habit of saving money, start reading more about how to grow it, and generally have a more positive mindset about money. Make your financial goals and start determining how you are going to meet them. In my upcoming videos about making money, saving, investing, using money, all of that, it doesn't matter if you have zero knowledge in all of it. This video is going to be for everyone. If you have made it to the end of the video, you're the real OG. Thank you. That also means that you stand the chance of winning some money. Okay, I'd like to help someone out there in whichever small ways. I'll be giving out 200 Ghana cedis. Just follow the instructions and do them as I call them out. First, subscribe to my channel. Second, tap the bell button and set it to all so you get notified when I post my subsequent money videos and other giveaways. Also so you can keep up with the giveaway results. Third, type your answer down below. If you want 200 Ghana cedis, what would you do with it? It'd be great to see some nice financial literacy reflecting in the comment section, so let's get going. Invite your friends and family to subscribe, watch this video, like your comment, and also participate in this competition. The more you share this video, the higher your chance of winning. The first giveaway is only open to Ghanaians. Let the games begin, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.